رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. المؤلف رحمه الله says Al-Kaba'ir السابعة والعشرون القواد المستحسن على أهله. Major sin number 27 is a man who allows his wife to be a prostitute, allows his wife to be unchaste, to be an adulteress, and a man who also steers her and moves her about as a prostitute, as if he's her pimp. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. قال الله تعالى والزانية لا ينكحها إلا زان أو مشرك وحرم ذلك على المؤمنين. The author quotes the verse from Surah An-Nur that we previously mentioned in another chapter about the impermissibility of zina. Verse 3, Allah says, and the zaniya, a fornicatress, no one marries her except for a zanin, a fornicator, or a mushrik. Those are the only two types of men that marry her and deal with her. وَحُرِّمَ ذَلِكَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And that is unlawful to the believers. The believing men are not to marry those types of women. A believing man is not to marry a zaniya, a fornicatress, nor a mushrika, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained, has commanded and sent down. So therefore, a mushrik man or a mushrik woman and a zaniya woman have no place with a pious Muslim believing man. And similar is the case with regards to a man whom that's his wife. They just don't mix. They shouldn't be together. He says here, hadith number 202, وعن سليمان بن بلال عن عبد الله بن يسار قال حدثنا سالم بن عبد الله عن أبيه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ثلاثة لا يدخلون الجنة العاق والديه والديوث ورجلة النساء أو ورجلة النساء. إسناده صحيح لكن بعضهم يقول عن أبيه عن عمر مرفوعا. He says here, narrated Sulaiman ibn Bilal from Abdullah ibn Yasar al-A'raj from Salim ibn Abdullah from his father Abdullah ibn Umar. The Prophet ﷺ said 3 types of people won't enter paradise. 3 types of people will not enter the Jannah. He says al-aqu walidayhi is he who disrespects his parents will not go to paradise. What dayuth, and the second is the dayuth, and the third, he says, are masculine women, or as a person may say, a dyke or a butch, a woman who imitates a man, who looks like a man, who walks and talks like a man, whether she's a homosexual or lesbian or not, but she's like a rajul. He says the chain of narration is hadith sahih, and some of them say that it is from Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. What's important is the highlighting point, a dayuth. Many people mistranslate this word to mean a pimp. It's not necessarily a correct translation. الديوث هو الذي يرضى بالفاحشة في أهله. Is he who is pleased for fahisha to be done with his wife, whether she is selling herself or not. He knows that she's having an affair, she's sleeping with another man, another man is with her, and he's okay with it. It's alright, he's not bothered. He is considered the dayuth, whether he is pimping her or not. And that's not necessarily a correct, proper translation. A dayuth. You'll find this in certain classes, certain books. That's not a correct translation. He says, فَمَنْ كَانَ يَنْظُرْ بِأَهْلِهِ الْفَاحِشَةَ وَيَتَغَافَلُ لِمَحَبَّةٍ فِيهَا أو لأن لها عليه دين وهو عاجز أو صداق ثقيل أو له أطفال صغار ترفعه القاضي إلى القاضي وتطلبه بفرضهم فودون من يعرس عليها ولا خير في من لا غيرة له. He says those who are pleased with this, they are happy with their wives being whores. He says, or they turn the other cheek, they don't say anything about it, something like this, for any reason or excuse. They have debts, she owes him something, or whatever the case may be. He says towards the end of this speech, he says, لا خير في من لا غيرة له. He says there's no good in men who have no jealousy for their wives. Men who aren't concerned and jealous about their wives and their women folk, لا خير فيهم, there's no good in them. والله تعالى أعلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.